Okay, I've got the chiller hooked up to the back of the unit. We've got the elbow and the water pump in position. I think we're ready to start putting water in the tank. We've brought chilled water with us so that we can put jellies in it today.
This chilled water is actually water out of my jellyfish producing system at home. The upside is it's already at 60 degrees and it'll allow us to put jellyfish in this tank almost right away. The downside is it's kind of dirty water. I mean, I've grown jellyfish in it, but it's got the results of those nutrients and foods in it. So in a sense, it's kind of dirty water. But it works for this quick application. So with the jellyfish tank portion of the system filled up, we can now fill the filter compartment in the back. Remember, there are 2 pre-filter chambers and a bioball chamber that need to be filled. The pump chamber is typically about half full. We'll take a look behind to make sure that there's no leaks, drips, runs, or errors from our plumbing, and then we'll plug the system in, and it should start up and start running right away.
We've got water in the system. The little refrigeration unit says it's 66 degrees. We've got the jellies acclimating up here. I think I'm going to go on the inside of the tank and clean out all those little air bubbles that are in there.
Air bubbles in a newly set up aquarium are not unusual and are easily cleaned away. Air bubbles that occur in a jellyfish tank can be problematic. Not only do the air bubbles get underneath the bell of the jelly and cause a buoyancy issue, the jellyfish seem to quickly swallow or envelop the air bubbles and digest them on their insides. This becomes a real problem because now there's a serious buoyancy issue and it's much more difficult to evacuate that air bubble. Because of the slower, graceful flow in a jellyfish tank, there's not enough current to sweep debris out of the system. This requires us to go in and siphon those debris off the bottom of the tank to eliminate being able to see them. And speaking of debris, make a note here. It's my opinion that live food, more specifically live baby brine shrimp, would be the best choice of food for jellyfish, simply because live food stays in suspension with the animals and doesn't settle out on the bottom, requiring you to go into the tank to siphon the bottom.
Okay, so the system is running. We're still acclimating the jellyfish. We've put the light hood on top of the tank. Now this light hood is pretty special. First of all, it comes with a remote control. It's an LED lighting system, and it has the ability to rotate through different colors, and it adds quite a unique effect into the aquarium.
This LED lighting technology is quite impressive. It's an option that we're preparing to offer, but at the same time, there is an issue in regards to the patent or stepping on a patent. So we're reviewing our options, and we hope in the future to be able to offer this as an option or an accessory for the jellyfish tank, because I think it's quite impressive, especially once you get jellyfish inside there. And note here that our chiller in the last 15 minutes has brought the water temperature down almost 3 degrees.
So the system's been running for a while. We've made sure that there's no leaks or drips in there. Everything is working as it's supposed to. We've been acclimating the jellies for the last half hour. We're going to go ahead and release those now. These are tank-raised jellies, moon jellyfish, that I myself have raised. Of late, we have a lot more success in raising those moon jellies too. So hopefully the availability of them will increase in the beginning, primarily for Jellyquarium customers. But as we get better and inventory gets greater and the hobby begins to accept jellyfish, we'll be able to offer those to non-jelly customers at some point as well. So we've got 4 of them here to begin with. We're going to submerge that bag, invert it, and then let the jellies come out of the bag.
There's 2 reasons for submersing the bag and releasing the jellyfish. One, we don't want the jellyfish to come in contact with the air, more specifically air bubbles. And 2, in this case, the moons don't have much of a sting, but in many cases, if you're not aware, you could be reaching in and get stung by the jellyfish, and that could become a problem. Water flow in a jellyfish tank is very important. Not only the type of water flow, but the rate of water flow. The Mini Jelliquarium incorporates a valve in the back of the system that allows you to adjust that flow. Water flow is very personal as far as some might like it faster and some might like it slower. I believe moon jellyfish look most graceful simply just gliding through the water.
Seeing as how the Mini Jelliquarium acrylic system is all acrylic, we can use an acrylic cleaner and polish to clean the tank to give it that shiny look back again.
This all-black acrylic tank stand and canopy, once cleaned up, is very shiny, attractive, or contemporary. And once the lights have been turned down, or in the evening, it becomes quite the attention getter, almost like a living lava lamp.
So that's the setup of the Mini Jelliquarium system, the all-acrylic system consisting of a stand, the tank, and the canopy. Actually, you could purchase this tank by itself. It has the filter in the back, and it is, for all intents and purposes, a complete operational system. The stand and the canopy is just the rest of the system that allows for a much more attractive display. There's a full line of Jellyquarium products, and we're doing much better at raising the tank-raised moon jellyfish these days. So if you've got any interest, check out our website, midwatersystems or jellyquarium.com. In the meantime, I better get going. We don't want to end up getting a ticket because I'm parked out in front of that fire hydrant.
As I mentioned earlier, foods for jellyfish can be rather specific. Basically, there's 2 paths you can take. I prescribe to the decapsulated live baby brine shrimp, and I've filmed an episode that you'll see in the future on how best to go about doing that and what its advantages are.